Each state who you voted for.
33 Indiana, Trump.
Oh, good God. Why'd you vote for Trump?
Because it was, I couldn't vote for a liberal again. Could vote for a Democrat again.
I'd rather watch our country be destroyed instead.
I mean, yeah, it's not great. It's not great by any means.
Yeah, really, it isn't. I mean, how do you feel we're running low on missiles? And
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, and then Iran decides now that if he doesn't stop, they're going to expand further out into the Persian Gulf and shut down even more waterways. And I mean, how are you going to feel when your gas price goes up to like, $10 a gallon? You can only get gas once a week.
I'll still be able to get gas, but it's gonna suck. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, like when you just can't go do whatever you want to do because you're not going to be able to afford the fuel or even get the fuel. I mean, it's going to get that bad. I mean, our reserves are almost empty.
I'll get by. I'll get by. I'll figure it out. It sucks for people who won't be able to.
Yeah, but why do we have to just get by? I mean,
I agree. I 100% agree.
Right. I mean, it makes no sense that y'all vote for this. Y'all knew what he was fixing to do because he did not hide none of this. I mean, can't be this. None of this can be a surprise because
not really a surprise now.
Right, and it shouldn't have been. I mean, so it's like, why would you even put him in? I mean, seriously, would it have been that bad to just put Kamala Harris in? She would have, at worst, been just a status quo fucking politician. I mean,
hello.
Hang on, I'll get to you. I mean, what was gonna be so bad?
She just didn't seem smart. Like, she didn't seem composed. She couldn't really talk well. Like, nothing she said made sense. I'm like, I can't really, in my right mind, vote for this woman.
So, do you think dumb people get law degrees?
Donald Trump is helping America.
No, hush up. You think dumb people get law degrees?
I mean, I think people test different. Not calling her dumb, but for that position, I don't think.
Donald Trump. Donald.
Hey, don't do that.
Okay. All right, if I can't even talk.
Hey, Slade, do you want me to introduce the other three?
Yeah, please.
All right. Mike, what is your age, your state, and who did you vote for today?
I'm 28, Texas. I'm a hard right MAGA motherfucker. I wasn't able to vote in the last election because I was a political prisoner, but
Oh yeah, this is our J6er. Shut up.
All right, give me a second, Mike. Adrian, what is your age, your state, and who did you vote for?
19, 2007. I haven't voted yet, but if I could, I would vote for Donald Trump.
All right, and Taco Cat, what is your age?
Can I get a white power?
God, it's one of those. Taco Cat, what is your age, your state, and who did you vote for?
42 Florida Trump.
Thank you.
All right. Mike, stay muted. Nobody wants to hear from you. All right. So,
hey, Taco, who you rooting for in the government?
Marco Rubio.
If you can't shut up, then you're gonna get dropped. I'm telling you, your little J6 ass is only up here because I want something to chew on in a minute.
Oh no,
so
for
Taco, you and
I'm hoping for James.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
You just got your freaking First Amendment rights revoked. Take it back to J6. All right, Taco. So, why'd you vote for Trump?
I'm 42. I've been watching television a long time. Johnny Carson had a rule that you didn't talk politics on his show. So like a Republican and Democrat could come home from a hard day of work and watch TV and enjoy it. When this guy started to run, I watched my entire television change like I've never seen it change ever over a guy who really wasn't running on anything different than any other president has run on. And from CNN to Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, The View, and on and on and on, they started talking about one guy nonstop all day. And I was just watching the reaction of what is so crazy about this 75-year-old man who was hugged by Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg and loved by everyone at one point, and now you're calling him the most dangerous man in America. What is going on? So I think just from a general point, I watched a reaction that was uncalled for, and obviously an attack on a political runner that I've never seen in the history of political candidates ever. Not only did they knock his door down, they knocked down any door that shook his hand. I mean, just massive.
All right. I'm actually older than you are. So I've been through a lot more than you are. I've seen a lot more than you have. So Donald Trump is the biggest fucking threat to our country that there's ever fucking been. I mean, we're talking about a man who's been awful his entire fucking life. And when he goes to run for president, you think we're just supposed to just not say anything? We're just supposed to say hush about all the bullshit that he's done in his life?
Well, once again, we could pull Kamala's threesomes with Montel Williams and pictures of her, linked up with, I mean, we've all done crazy stuff in the past. He was a playboy of the 80s, a very loved man, a very wealthy man. The biggest entrepreneur you've ever seen in your life, whether it was steaks, casinos, hats, the man has never stopped trying to sell things for his family's name. And that is the capitalist.
Stop trying to traffic little girls, too.
But
I don't know where that came from.
But he's bankrupted pretty much everything he puts his hands on.
Sir, if you had bankrupt 7 times and
kind
were
of dumb fuck to bankrupt a casino.
Well, once again, if you've gone bankrupt 7 times and you're a billionaire, you're successful.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean that. No.
You see, when you
Look,
file
you're gonna
for
have to get-
bankruptcy,
I'm
you
gonna
can
have to
file
drop this guy.
absolvent of all your funds. So rather than take the loss on a casino, you just call it inadequate and you get out of there. He wanted to change businesses. He's a smart guy.
How
He
do you
knows the
bankrupt
loopholes.
But how do you bankrupt a casino?
You do it on
seriously,
purpose.
people stand in line to give you money.
It's not like he was in there, and the people were dealing bad cards or anything. He wanted to close the business. So you don't just close it, you file for bankruptcy so you save the taxes on it. And he's done it several times because his greatest sentence ever as a president was when he was debating Hillary. She goes, "You use all these loopholes." He goes, "You wrote them for us." I mean, right in her face. Yeah, and we all use them. That's
And
what
you
won
shouldn't.
him.
You know what? You shouldn't. You know what? Pay your damn taxes. Pay your taxes.
Dude, 1% of these
I don't
rich
give a
people
fuck how
pay
rich you are.
45% of our taxes.
Yeah. And you know what? They need to pay more.
Why?
They should not have a fucking lower tax rate than you do.
They have successful companies. They're doing better than most
it doesn't
Americans.
fucking matter.
I
But
think
it doesn't
does.
matter. Why are you simping for billionaires when you're not one of them? They
Because
don't
these are the
want
people
you.
who run our
You're-
monopoly game.
It does not matter. They're not going to go anywhere.
Bullshit.
Where do you think they're going to take their money and go? And if they did, who gives a fuck?
There it is. A governor said that recently. She said, if you're a billionaire, just leave. And then a few months later, she was begging them to come back because their city was failing. I mean, you just
Because
don't
they're
threaten.
not going to go.
No, they already left. That's why she begged them to come back. Kathy Hochul or something. I don't know what her name was.
All
But
these, no, see, you're simping for these billionaires.
It's not
When
simping, my
when I
friend.
owned my fucking business, I had to pay a 35% fucking tax rate. I did not complain about paying a 35% fucking tax rate
Good.
because I paid my shit. And you know, I didn't go looking for loopholes how to get the fuck out of having to pay my damn taxes neither.
I mean, the majority
I
of
paid
America
my
does not
fucking
pay
fair
taxes.
share.
They pay like 1% of really what's paid. I mean, these billionaires pay millions in taxes. Millions.
And they should pay the same tax rate you have to pay.
They're not the same as me. They're fucking successful.
It doesn't matter if there's so if you're
You
not
gotta
successful,
give them
you
a
should have to pay
leeway.
more taxes. You should
When
have to
you-
pay more taxes because you're not successful.
When you give them a leeway, they can add things like healthcare, dental, all that stuff
And
that
they
comes
don't.
along with it.
But they
Don't say that.
don't. But
Of course
they
they do.
don't.
Name me a billionaire
No.
company that doesn't offer all those benefits. Amazon, all of it, right?
And you can tell me they have a fucking awesome fucking healthcare plan that their employees don't have to pay a dime into.
Well, that's just healthcare in America, regardless.
No. If you're gonna offer a fucking full healthcare plan, then you need to offer a package where your employees are 100% taken care of. If you want me to
100%.
simp for them, yes, offer all your employees fucking taxes healthcare that they don't have to fucking pay for. They don't have to pay a fucking deductible. They don't have to pay
You would
for
be
prescription
risking
drugs.
millions, and that's why a lot of these companies go automated, so they don't have to risk anything like that. That's why Amazon goes automated,
And
because you pay
why
up
can't
front.
we pay? Okay, if you want to go ahead and offer them a shitty healthcare plan, that's fine. Let's go ahead. If you want to give them this fucking tax break you think that they well fucking deserve, then let's go ahead and up that fucking minimum wage to $30 in a goddamn hour. Let's give a fucking livable wage for people.
Our minimum wage is low on purpose.
Are you against a livable wage?
Well, once again, you can't. Even McDonald's pays you like 17, 18, even though the minimum wage is 7 or 8.
No.
So most companies don't run off of that.
There are many states that only pay McDonald's workers will only get $7.95 an hour.
No,
Yeah.
McDonald's pays very well
No.
and has some of the best benefits of any
No.
company.
Look it up. Look it up. Georgia, North
Give me a second.
Carolina. I know this because I had a friend that worked for a KFC Taco Bell in Georgia and only made minimum wage.
Yeah, it says it right here: $10.50 to $11. I mean, so
That's
in
not
North
that's not
Carolina.
even a livable wage. Even if it's
Well,
true,
it's
it's not a
also
livable
McDonald's.
wage. You cannot live on that.
It's also McDonald's. You know, you don't have to work there if you don't want to. You could hit the books, start working on plumbing.
Where else? Some people have to work those jobs. Not everybody can be a plumber or electrician or a fucking
course they can.
carpenter. No, they cannot. Okay, everybody's gonna go do these jobs. Okay, we're gonna make sure everybody can get these jobs. Who the fuck's gonna work in your grocery store? Who's gonna work at the fucking restaurant you want to take your wife out to eat at? Who's gonna do these jobs?
That's
And
a
don't
great
say
question.
the 16-year-olds because the 16-year-olds, there's not enough high school children out there to do those goddamn jobs.
Well, of course there is. There's millions. You know.
No, it takes more than millions. Look up how many millions of people work just for McDonald's a fuck alone.
Well, I just saw
And
an
then look up
amazing
how many
interview.
millions of people work at grocery stores.
Yeah, I just saw an
Then look up
amazing
how many
interview
millions
with.
of people. So there's not enough fucking people.
Well, the game is going to change
People
massively.
have to do the jobs.
Sure. And once again, you know, our numbers aren't that low right now. I mean, it's not like we're in the hundreds of thousands of jobs lost right now. But
Oh yeah, we are. We lost over 150,000 manufacturing jobs last year. We've had the worst jobs report since the Great
have you
Recession.
Googled what companies are coming back for manufacturing? I mean, it's
There are nothing. What's coming back? What's coming back? A few auto plants?
massive
And
companies
most
have
of that's
signed
automotive.
contracts.
Most
But
of that's
those are
automotive.
billions of dollars in contracts.
Yeah, you know what? You can
But-
pledge as
but-
much. I could pledge as much money. I could go to pledge if I had the money. I could tell Donald Trump, you know what? I'm gonna move a multi-billion-dollar corporation to the United States. I don't have to actually do it as long as I
Well,
pledged
the
it.
contracts are signed. Actually, the buildings are being built.
Where are they being built at? Where are these?
I can
what are these
pull
buildings?
the names and the locations. It's very easy to Google what companies are coming back to manufacturing because of tariffs. It says it right there. There's a list of like 12 of them that are massive. Hyundai, and it goes on and on. But I just don't want to flip my phone
Like
right
I
now.
said, a few car manufacturing plants that are going to be mostly automated jobs.
Not mostly. Well,
Where are the
this
people?
you're actually right about that. When Donald Trump
Right.
says he's bringing manufacturing back to America, he doesn't mean that we're going to do the work. AI is coming to this conversation. All right, it's not a joke anymore. And Elon, I just watched the most incredible interview. He said in 2030, inflation won't be a problem. Deflation will be the problem because that inflation is about money for goods and services. He says when AI starts making more goods and services than we've ever had, it's just going to completely deflate everything. So it will change the game. That's why undocumented is not a question anymore because robots will do their jobs. Everything is changing because of that conversation now.
So
And I know it's
you're all for
wishy-washy,
you're
but
all, so what's the point of bringing these jobs here if it's not going to create any work for American citizens?
well, we're slowly trying to talk about giving everybody what they want, a form of socialism. We're going to crash the dollar. Every time they do an audit of the military or the IRS, they're missing trillions of dollars. No one goes to jail. They don't know where the money is, and that's the end of it. And we're sick of that. So if you go digital, we can track it, and then we can give people more of a universal basic income, where they don't have to work these shitty jobs. Because in America, we're pretty egotistical now. Nobody wants to work these shitty jobs anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bacon, what do you got, buddy?
This is the manufacturing jobs that we lost. Currently, we are losing these jobs right here.
She was post-ictal.
Say it again. What?
These are the numbers
Okay.
of manufacturing jobs that we lost as of today.
What? Can you say the number? I can't see that.
Anybody that wants me to put it on that box real quick?
Can you say the number? Okay.
0.6 billion. 12.6 million. And those are. So you're saying manufacturing
Sir,
jobs
have you
are
not
coming
read that
down?
correctly? What does it say? Total employed, not unemployed.
That's
That's
one of that one right there. And on top of this, because it's very, very huge numbers. So that is
the
job
job
loss.
openings right now are 529,000. And as it should be, because we've closed quite a few manufacturing companies that we find a threat to what we're trying to do here. So we are restructuring, absolutely. And just to land my plane here with everything, guys, this comes down to Republicans versus Democrats in a presidential debate. I want you to think about what the country has watched over the past 8 years. All they've watched is Donald Trump bad. Okay, maybe he is. But as far as what we stand for is way strong, like strong borders and trans ideology and all that crap. But when it comes to the Democratic Party, you've just released some things saying you want to defund the police, take down the presidency. I mean, so many things that have come out under the DNC list. And I'm not going to go into even Charlie Kirk, BLM, all the crazy stuff we've watched, right, through this situation. And then your best candidate, Kamala Harris, who was #1 in the polls last week, was asked dead to her face in an interview, are you going to run? Are you the representative of these people? She said, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to sell my book. That's your best bet. And they leave you guys hanging, and I don't know how you don't see it.
So, oh my God, you just said so damn much.
So you want me
I
to
actually
look at
think
him?
you're freaking crazy.
All right, first of all, Taco Cat, you need to get off a teacup. Oh, and he leaves
Yeah,
because
he read.
he knows he's wrong.
Right, he's for totally freaking I don't get what he was
Pretty much like he
advocating
was
for. Like,
rambling.
he's a Trump
All was
supporter, but yet it sounds like he wants socialism.
all it was like from what I've been hearing is nothing but word salad. Because apparently, Slay, he likes the way this country's going right now. He likes it the way that the country's being torn apart from the inside out. He likes the way that that MAGA's did everything they wanted, supposedly they wanted, and they bow down and they tell him, "Please, sir, I want some more."
And by the way, why does the Pentagon is changing the number of casualties of this war? By the way, why?
Because they want to make it sound smaller, bacon than it really is.
By the way, we are running low on our stockpile of weaponry, or the boom booms in the pew pews, because of this war. That's why that's why they paused it. That's why they paused the attacks on Iran, because they know we're losing the war. We're not winning the war. We're losing it.
All right, let me introduce a couple people
Hey,
here.
Bunny.
AA, what's
Hey, how's it
your
going?
age, state, who you voted for?
51, Texas, Harris. I was listening to what he was saying. He is right, and it's funny. I'd heard another person talking about the idea that with AI, the United States has invested heavily in it, right, and we think we're ahead. The funny thing about it is China has actually really done an amazing job with it as well. And the potential that China might just decide to dump all their AI technology that they've improved and compete with us and dump it on us for no cost and ultimately shut down our AI revolution as a country, right? Now, we can protect it like we have our electric vehicles, like Elon Musk, who's been supported by our government and received welfare and subsidies and protections, even though they claim capitalism is the best.
Loaded, right?
All right.
China
I
has
got
the ability to go ahead and dump their AI technology on us, and we're kind of all about using the cheapest and, I would say best as well, but
Hey, Ron,
certainly
hold this up
cheapest.
for 1 second. We got
And
2 more people.
ultimately, what
Hey,
will end up
Ron.
happening is China will be able to control the AI economy.
Hey, Ron, hold. Can you just mute it for 1 second, sir? We got 2 more people we got to introduce, okay?
Sorry, I lost y'all for a second.
Oh, yeah, just stay with me for a little bit. We got 2 more people we got to introduce. All right, go ahead, Slay.
All right, Johnny, age, state, who you voted for?
Johnny, you can come off of mute.
Sorry. I was talking away. Yeah, I'm 70 years old. I'm a Vietnam vet, currently living in Florida, and I voted for Kamala Harris and every Democrat I could find.
All right.
Thank you.
Zero, age, state, who you voted for?
I'll be 32 in December. California, Trump.
All right. Why'd you vote for Trump?
I voted for him twice.
Why'd you vote for him in 2024?
Same reason I vote for him 2016, 20 rather.
You feel like he's doing good with the economy and with the country right now? Sorry.
Yeah, I think so.
No, never mind his question. Why did you vote for Trump?
Immigration.
Oh, good God. What have brown people done to you?
I am a brown person.
Oh, so you're a ladder puller.
What type of brown person?
I was born in Guatemala.
Jesus Christ. I will end this motherfucker live. I promise I will end this motherfucker.
Who's that, McGriddle?
No creo
No.
yo, cabrón, ¿por qué no hablas así?
Guys, stop.
Yeah, I was born in Guatemala.
Go, cabrón.
Puto. Any other questions? Would you like another policy?
I'm just gonna give the fuck up here.
That's fine.
You're supposed to be fucking talking to me, not any motherfucking buddy else until I tell you you can.
Yes, sir, master, sir.
Keep your shit up, you're gonna get dropped. I can tell you that right now.
Yes, sir, master, sir.
Goodbye, Zero. Don't come back.
It's sad because if he's truly Guatemalan, then the color of his skin could get him picked up by ICE.
That's true.
People here in Texas who were going through the process of getting citizenship, right? They hadn't had any convictions, any issues. They were like on their last steps. And when Trump took office, there are a few people that I know who got like sent to, I guess, essentially camps, right? And haven't heard from them.
No, and they still have 3 Native Americans since January. We haven't seen hide nor hair of them either. Why would I lie, Zero? Go away.
Yeah, Zero's not Guatemalan anyway. He knows the bad words in Spanish.
All right, so I'm going to make an announcement right now. So I need everyone to mute up. All right, we're gonna set some ground rules right here, right now. Number one, when the host speaks, everybody mutes up. We're not gonna overtalk each other. We're not just gonna be, when the host speaks, he's speaking one-on-one with the person who's on the panel. Even if it's MAGA or someone who didn't vote, let him speak first because this is live. Number two, we're going to respect each other. We're not going to, belligerent anyone. We're not going to use any unfriendly TikTok words. We're not going to use any slurs on this panel. One slur. If we hear one slur, doesn't matter if it's MAGA or friendly, you will be dropped. Because we're not playing this game. We're not going to get the host live taken down. And also, we're going to tap, like, and share this live. We're going to get more people in here. We're going to get some more opposition up here. So, Zero, you need to be quiet. So, we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk one at a time. We're gonna be nice to each other. Although we all know we don't like we know that MAGA doesn't like to play nice. We're gonna play nice as ourselves. We're gonna play nice. And if you all like what's said up here, you can always give the panel and say, but it's not required. But yeah. Also, yes, thanks, lad. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. If you want to talk after Slay is done talking, you will raise your hand in the chat, and we will do in order without people over talking each other. I wanted to say this earlier, but out of respect for the host, I did not want to jump in, and we're going to respect the host. We not want him to, close the live down. So we're going to respect his wishes. We're going to all be nice. And if I've left anything else, Slay, please let me know. But I'm just trying to. We're gonna keep order. If not, me and Harley's going to keep order here.
Thank you, Queen.
Bacon, you don't have to raise your hand right now, because there's no MAGAs up here or no opposition. You could speak a little bit, but let's keep it political right now. If we want to talk anything after that, we'll do a Slave After Dark. But right now, we're focusing on today's topics and things that we haven't heard a million times from the script of the MAGA.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna say this to the commenter earlier. She or he said Democrats care about much for the illegals. Why didn't they make the process easier for citizenship? Well, number one, they have a there's a bill that is sitting on Mike Johnson's desk since 2024 or 2022. Donald Trump called him and said, "Don't sign this bill because I want to run with it." And that is a Republican's bill, by the way. That's Lankford bill, which, by the way, acknowledge that we have problem with our quote unquote U.S. immigration law. And by the way, fuck you, Zero. So I'm just gonna say this: if you don't want to shit, get lost. Get a ladder puller. Sorry.
And let me bounce something off of here real quickly. While we have a little bit of time, while we wait for more people to request up. Here's what they failed to mention is that yes, we all in agreements. We need the immigration fixed. You know, we need to get that problem fixed. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. However, what I do disagree with is how it's done. And no, Zero, you're not coming back up. The host said no, you're not coming back up. Point blank. I mean, it's up to the host. If he wants you back up here, he will ask for something in return for you if he wants you back up. So as of right now, he says no. I'm gonna stick with with the host. Yeah, the Langford bill. Yeah, that was supposed to help with the issue at the border, which is what it was done by both sides. You know, they voted on it. They wanted it. Unfortunately, you have a guy named Donald J. Trump who decided, no, I don't want you. If you pass it, then I have nothing to run on. So he called some of his Republican connections and said, I need you to vote no on this bill so I can run on it. And that's what happened. They unalived the bill because he actually told him to do it. And yet, you know, all we hear from MAGA is, oh, they're all this other stuff. And this is something I don't get. And something I completely am getting tired of. We're not going to keep talking about Biden. We're not going to talk about Obama. That's the past. That's what all MAGA likes to do is bring up the past. So leave the past in the past. We're going to focus on right now. And just to let you all know, too, he is not going to run in 2020, even though he said he's going to. The amendment of the Constitution tells him he can't do that. He's already ran his 2 terms. So, no, he's not going for a 3rd. So, but yeah, this is the type of nightmare we're living right now. We're living in a nightmare. It feels like I feel like we're living in the Twilight Zone, and it seems like it's a never-ending Twilight Zone. But yeah. And with that, let's see who's coming up. Wade, he is not going to run in 2028 because that's not going to happen. All right, Texas 2A. Age, state, and who you voted for?
52 Texas. Trump.
Slay, how about it? Everyone mute up.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
Oh, I just came on to let you know McGriddle was talking about a 2022 bill that's still pending. There are no 2022 bills that are still pending. Once a bill is introduced, if it's not passed during that congressional session, it dies. It doesn't just sit there lingering. So there is no bill pending.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, and I don't actually really care. I just
Yeah, probably
care
because
about
it's too
why you vote for
intelligent for you
Trump.
guys. It actually requires thinking.
Oh, do you think your president's intelligent?
I think all
I
presidents
asked
are
you.
intelligent.
You really? You think he's out there cognitively?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So he says he's going to run for a fourth term. You don't find something wrong with that? Like,
I think it's hilarious that you take it seriously. It just shows your level of intelligence.
does it? I mean, your president doesn't care about the Constitution, so it wouldn't surprise me if he would try to get his name on that motherfucking ballot.
When was the last president that cared about the Constitution?
I have never seen one that's tested it like it is being tested now.
Every single president tests it. You just choose not to recognize it when it's your guy.
Have we ever had? Tell me what the last president was that defied a Supreme Court order. Oh, you run away.
What'd you guys
Yeah, I was supposed to say, let's go. Right. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
I can answer your question.
State, who you voted for?
24 Texas Trump.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
He was a better candidate. But anyway, to answer your question, though, it was Biden with his ghost gun ban.
How was that?
It violated the Second Amendment. Let's get real here. You guys only
How does
care
that violate the
about the Constitution
Second
if it
Amendment when
affects
it's
you.
not is it a manufactured gun by a freaking actual gun manufacturer?
It doesn't matter.
Where's
It's a
that in the
manufactured
Constitution?
gun
It does
by a
matter.
manufacturer. No, it does
It
not.
does matter.
No, it
It does
doesn't.
not matter.
Where does it say in the Constitution you can just manufacture your own weapon?
Where does it say you have
a
to
well-regulated
manufacture?
militia being necessary to the security of the free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's the part where it says you can have those.
Oh,
Like,
does it
what do you
really?
understand?
So does that mean that everybody should be able to possess firearms if they choose to do so?
If they're a good person, yeah.
No. Cannot
Like,
be
according to the
infringed.
Boone decision, you can't regulate
Cannot
firearms
be
which are in common use.
infringed. No, cannot be infringed, right? Means that if you want a firearm, you should be able to have one, right?
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will give you the felony part. If you're convicted of a violent felony crime, I agree they shouldn't have them. But everybody else should be able to have one,
Agreed.
right?
But I'm just like following
Awesome.
up with your question.
Awesome.
Which last
Okay,
president violated the
I
Constitution?
live in
Biden or
I live in a
Obama?
red. Hey, hold up.
All former
I live in a
presidents
red.
violate the Constitution every now and then.
I live in a red state. My Second Amendment's been infringed on.
How so?
I'm legally blind. They won't let me. They will not let me buy a firearm to put in my house to protect myself inside my
Right.
house. Now I'm not
That makes
asking for a
sense,
conceal
because
and
you
carry
can't see what you're
permit.
shooting at. That makes
It does
sense.
not matter. It doesn't matter. Where in the 2A does it say you have to see?
It doesn't, but looking at it from
It
like
doesn't.
a personal standpoint, like if I
Right.
couldn't see, I wouldn't
So
want to
so
own
hold
firearms.
up. Wait a minute. Now I'm going to tear your entire thing apart. It doesn't say that, right?
I think you
But
should be able to have a gun.
common sense wise says that we should make laws that protect us, that protect the public from certain people being able to possess them. Like felons
we
should
already
have
do.
them.
We
Yeah,
already
you
have
should.
those.
Huh?
We already have those. What's your point?
But see, that's just the same thing with a ghost gun. It's not manufactured. So if you go out and pew somebody and just decide to just leave just because you pew them because you hate them, how are we supposed to find out that you did it?
How are you supposed to find out who owns ghost guns if they're not even registered with the U.S. government?
It's why we shouldn't have them.
Well, in my
So a
personal
serial number
opinion,
keeps
the
people
government's
from
goddamn
pew-pewing
business
people?
if they own firearms or not.
So I done disputed your whole entire argument. I shot it to death. Who's next?
You didn't dispute mine because I think you should have a gun.
But like, my question to you is, why is it the government's business if I own firearms or not?
I mean, I think that they should. I think they should be registered. I think that actually it should be like a car. You should have to have insurance on your firearm.
Okay, so then you are comfortable with a 16-year-old owning a firearm, then, right?
Certain firearms,
Oops.
I wouldn't have a problem with certain firearms, but no, they
So
shouldn't have a
you're
permit to be
perfectly
able to carry it
comfortable with like
around.
a
But
16-year-old
but
having like handguns and rifles and shotguns, right?
but
Because
if
you
you're
want it
gonna have
regulated
insurance
just like
on
a
it,
car,
if you're
right?
gonna put insurance on it, yeah, it should be just like a motor vehicle. They should be
Motor vehicles
insured,
aren't in the
Okay,
registered,
so then you're
insured.
fine with 16-year-olds owning firearms then.
If it's registered and insured, because that way, if your 16-year-old has one, you're the one held responsible. Just like if your 16-year-old goes out and runs somebody over with a fucking car,
That
you're the one that
16-year-old
they're
usually
coming
held
after.
responsible. Like, I don't understand, like, why is it the parents' fault when their child does something that they have no
Because
control
you should know what your child is doing. You should raise your
Well, most
child up
parents
to
ain't
know the right from
reminding
fucking
you.
wrong. And if you know your child has a mental fucking illness or is going through a whole bunch of fucking harassment and bullying and is at the brink of fucking break, you should know this stuff. You should know what's going on in your child's life. You shouldn't just say, "Oh, well, I have a child. You know what? Go fuck yourself. As long as you're doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, I don't give a fuck what's going on in your life." And you know that they have a firearm, then you should know what's going on in their life. If they're under a whole bunch of fucking stress and they're being picked on, you should know that. And then you should know if they're on the brink of fucking danger that, hey, you need to take their firearm away. It would be the same thing if you knew that you had an alcoholic child. If you knew that your 16-year-old was a complete alcoholic and just could not deal with shit, are you going to continue to give them the keys to the car? No,
Well,
you're
about that,
not.
like, it's not really the firearm's fault off your fucking,
Driving is not
It
a
wouldn't
right,
be a
guns
car's
are.
fault either.
it's
It's
mostly
not the
about
car's fault
the
either.
child not being able to stand up for themselves without catching 30 hours of community service. Like, I honestly think that law should be reversed so children are able to stand up for themselves and fight back. Because, like, it's kind of stupid. Like, if you stand up for yourself, you get 30 hours of community service and a criminal record. Like, I think that is stupid as shit.
How to where is that at? I've had plenty of fights when I was a
That's in
kid and
all
never
50
had.
states. Like, if you get into a fight, if your child gets into a fight right now, he's going to catch 30 hours of community service and a criminal record for assault.
No, I never had that. That didn't never happen to me when I had little fights.
Yeah, but when were you fighting, though? Like, the early 90s or before that?
Way before that.
So that wasn't a
70s and
thing
80s.
back when you were a child. But right now, like, if they say, like, if I was to get into a fight in high school, like, I would have caught 30 hours in community service. Like, it's stupid. Like, I would have had a criminal record for assault and I wouldn't be able to buy a firearm. Like, that's just the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like, we should honestly get rid of that and let children stand up for themselves and fight back without catching a criminal record in 30 hours community service. And then we'll solve a whole bunch of our current problems that we have right now.
All right. Well, who's next? I'm
We
I'm
got,
done. We're arguing like semantics.
yeah, I got the order. It's going to be me, then Dog Dead, then Harley, then Bacon, and then I think that's the order right now. So,
All right. Let's
yeah.
try to keep things a little brief and not do long.
Oh no, well, I'll make
Sorry,
sure.
I have been drinking. I don't mean to, what's that word I'm thinking of? Moderate. I don't know. My brain's kind of fuzzy right now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this brief. So yeah, we're on this 2A topic, and yet why do you think we need? Let me rephrase it. We do need stronger laws so things like this don't happen. But yet everyone, especially on the right, is like, "Oh, you infringe my Second Amendment." So why do you think we don't need stronger laws for pew pews?
Because we already have 20,000 federally and about 10,000 per state.
Really?
There's
Because
already
a lot
laws
of these,
there. Like, we already conceded enough of our Second Amendment right. We don't seem to concede more about laws that clearly don't work when there's already 20,000 federal laws about firearms.
okay, so why do pew pew shops actually go around and don't do background checks?
That would be illegal. They can lose their FFL if they do that.
Well, they do it, and the government's not doing anything about it.
Can you prove that point?
Yes, I can prove that point.
I would love to
fact-
go to a store that avoids that and save me 30 minutes of my time. Which store does that?
There's a lot of stores that do that. I mean, I'm not saying like retail chain stores don't do it. I'm talking about like small businesses that most of them don't have time to go through that stuff. And if it's somebody
They're
they
legally
know,
required to do that. They can get in a lot of trouble if they don't do that.
well, then you know what? Most of them will be in trouble because most of the time these owners might know somebody, and they'll just go right past the waiting time for them for a background check and give them a pew pew. So yeah,
Well, if you know any shops, report them to the ATF. They'll lose their license to sell firearms then.
well, then the ATF hasn't done their job, have they?
Because they can catch like
ATF hasn't done
$20,000
it.
worth of fines for doing that.
Well, they haven't done it, have they?
Are you talking about like private sales? That's what you're getting at here?
Well, private sales, you know, law enforcement is trying to stop that, but unfortunately, most of the time their hands are tied, and especially some of the ones that people sell, like quote unquote, out of their vehicles. What they do is they follow off the serial number so they can't be traced.
Anyway, they can't be traced anyway because only 2 out of 50 states require them to be registered.
Oh, really? 2 out of 50, huh?
Yep.
Which
That's
two
only
states don't
California
require
and
it?
New York that require them to be registered.
Really? Because in my
Yep.
state, it's also required.
What state are you in?
I'm in the state of Delaware, and we just passed a law this year.
Okay, so I might be wrong. Like 6 or 7 out of the 50 states require them to be. Last time I checked, it was only 2 out of 50 states, and that was like 2-3 months ago. So I don't really know what happened in those 2 to 3 months. Because I live in
Yeah, because
Texas,
a lot
so I
of-
don't have to worry about stupid gun laws.
Yeah, and yet we're still talking about this here, about the Second Amendment stuff. I'm not going to talk more about this because I think in reality we do need stronger laws, but yet everyone else doesn't want to talk about those laws anymore. So I'm going to land my plane and go ahead, Dog, take you up.
Because I don't want to hear bacon talk. Hi, Poopy. Bye.
Dog, you okay?
I have a question.
Fucking. Hold on, it's his turn now.
Are you still? Can you still hear him?
I turned off the headphones.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
No.
can hear you, Dog Dad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're coming in clear.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Why is it? Okay, Bluetooth is off. Okay, never mind. Stupid phone was being stupid. I want to real quick. Bacon. I'm glad you're home. I just want to say that real quick. So you think that you want to go where the laws are laxed, so it's easier for you to buy any kind of firearm that you want, huh, Avalanche?
I mean, like, I can buy a firearm in all 50 states. I have the cleanest record ever. So
I mean,
it
I'm
doesn't
just
really matter
curious. Have
what
you
laws there are, but
I prefer to live in
Well,
Texas where it doesn't take 45
I'm a
minutes.
firm believer. I'm a firm believer that no civilian should have access to any kind of AR style weapon. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel. You don't need. There's no need for that.
Actually, there
If
is.
if you're buying one of those for home protection, you don't need to be touching one.
I don't use mine for home protection.
So what do you use it for then?
I use it for
Why do you need one?
hawk hunting.
Hawk hunting. You're using an AR style weapon. What do you mean hawk hunting? Hawk hunting.
Hawk hunting. Hog. H-O-G.
Then what do you a sorry shot then? You don't a regular rifle can't handle that for you?
A regular rifle will just blow half the pig up. You got to use a smaller caliber, like 223.
They make smaller caliber rifles. You know that, right?
223 and 5.56, also known as the most commonly chambered round for an AR-15, is a very small rifle.
Again,
round.
I don't believe you should be able to have access to one of those. And I'm a firm believer of that because, my life almost got affected by one of those, unfortunately.
So, if you want the AR-15 ban, you must feel the same way about an AR-10, right?
I don't give a fuck what kind of AR it is. You
know
don't
what
need
the
to have it.
difference
What do
are?
you don't need to have one.
Do you know what the difference between the AR-10 and AR-15
I don't care. I don't care what the difference is. I really don't care.
Like, I'm just saying if you know what you're talking about before I take your opinion seriously.
I don't give a shit. How many times am I going to tell you? I don't care.
Can you tell me what the difference between the two are?
I don't. How many fuck are you not comprehending? Do you not speak English?
Whether your opinion's
Do
worth
you
a
not
damn or
be?
not.
Do you not speak English?
I do
Because
speak English.
I'll
I'm just
say it
seeing if your
again.
opinion's worth a
I
shit or
don't
not.
fucking care. Anyways, it's funny. You guys sit here and scream about your 2A rights, right? But yet the only side that wants to do away with your 2A rights is the right side. Is the Republicans.
What was that?
Donald Trump has stated it himself that when it comes to due process, they want to take your firearms away from you first and then do due process, which is in direct violation of the Second Amendment.
Red flag laws work.
There has never been a Democrat that has stated that.
There's plenty of Democrats that want to take away AR-15s and AK-47s, even though they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to that kind of thing.
I'm sorry. I gotta leave. This guy's so full of bullshit. Bye.
Oh boy. That's all you give a shit about, huh? Is that all you care about? Is your weapons? That's all you care about, huh?
No.
Yeah, it seems that's what it seems like. I'll just land my plane here. There's no talking to you. Whoever's next can go.
I'm dog walking your ass right now because you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
No, you're not. You're a fucking dumbass.
So I did want to say I find it relatively worrying. The same people who will sit there and complain about, crime rates and all that stuff actively want more assault rifles, which do more damage. You'll sit there and complain about how the fact that, all these, illegals or immigrants are sitting here committing crimes with high-powered weapons and the cartels are having access to them. But then you want access to them will make it easier for circulation between citizens and the cartel and the citizens and whoever's buying them. I find your logic very inconsistent and rather worrying. But yeah, go ahead. Anyone else that wants to take care of this, you can.
Oh, I don't know if I'm up next or who's next.
It's actually Harley, you're up, and it's Bacon, and then anybody else. Now, City, we will have to introduce you. Let me introduce real quickly. City, can you give us your age, date, and who you voted for? City, can you give us your age, date, and who
I'm
you
so
voted
sorry.
for?
I'm sorry. I was muted. 39. Oh my God, I'm going to be 40 next week. California voted for Harris.
Scat, can you give us your age, date, and who you voted for?
She just said.
What?
No worries, City. I got Scat. Can you give us your age, date, and who you voted for?
I'm 59. Live in Georgia. I voted for Harris.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, hold up. Evelyn, put your hand down. This is for other. These are people asking you questions. All right, Harley, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I actually forgot what I was going to ask. So, you said it was Bacon's turn after me.
Yeah, Bacon's after you.
Yes,
Then
Bacon. It's
City's after
Bacon's
you.
turn.
Then who's
Alright,
after Bacon?
Yeah,
City.
let me go, Bacon. I'm
City?
sorry, I forgot.
Am
what
I after City?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bacon.
It's me. Sorry. Anyways, I'm just gonna say this. There's like a lot of mass PPing happening around this country. It's not the person. It's the pew fault. There's too many AR-15, AR, any kind of rifle that is being used. And right now in Georgia, there is a teen that will be sentenced because of what he did. Four students and one teacher. He unalived. Uvalde, Sandy Hook. I can go on the list. And movie theaters, grocery stores. Should I continue? We just need a stop on this. There will be. You can own a shut up. It's my turn, not yours. Because you spewing bullshit because you love your pew more than your own kids. That's what it landed for. You love your guns more than your family members. You love your guns and you sleep at night and say to your daughter, your son, I will protect you whatever it takes. What if your daughter and your son goes to the school and have a mass pewings, and you cannot do anything about it? Answer me that question.
Avalanche, Bacon was asking you a question. Can you please respond?
I will respond to his question. I just wanted to know, does he know what's most commonly used in mass?
Nope. Answer his question first, buddy.
Yeah, we don't answer questions with a question. So answer his question.
Well, first off, I don't love firearms more than my children. Second off, I don't love my family more than I love my firearms. And third off, I would grab my AR-15 and run down that school and put down that threat myself. Now, answer me. What is the most commonly used firearm in mass unaliving events?
He didn't answer the question, but okay.
AR-15, right?
You are incorrect. It's actually handguns.
No, he's correct.
No.
It says right here by 2024, 1,337 U.S. children, accounting for 36% of the child unalive rates, are AR-15 style rifles or weaponry.
Right.
And this is
Well,
according
most
to
of the mass shootings are committed by pistols. Most of the deadliest mass shootings.
That's not true.
firearm statistics in the CDC.
All right, guys, one at a time.
Prime example of that. But you don't want to regulate handguns. You just want to regulate the big, scary AR-15 rifle that shoots a small caliber. Like, make that make sense to me.
So the 33% or more unalives caused by AR-15s and
What about the other
AR-15 type weaponry
66%?
does the most damage. But you're going to say about handguns.
What about the other 66% of that statistic?
All right, so we got to move on. Bacon is done. Bacon is done. So who is next? Who did we say is next? Is it
City,
you?
and then Moonpetal, and then me.
City.
Okay.
Okay. So, Avalanche, let me ask you a question. So, as someone in California, I'm in California. I'm a Democrat. I carry, right? I carry a hand pew for my protection. It doesn't leave my safe unless I absolutely need it, which I haven't. The last time I used an assault rifle was in a game called Battlefield, right? Why do you feel the need to have a weapon of WAR?
Well, first off, an AR-15 is not.
No, first off, answer the question. Why do you feel a need to own a weapon of WAR?
I
Answer
don't
that.
own a weapon of war.
Excuse me?
I don't own one yet.
No, I'm asking you, why do you want to own one?
Because it's my constitutional right.
Why? Why do you want one? That's not the.
Just in case it's civil unrest or shit hits the fan, I'd much rather be caught up with shit creek with a paddle than without a paddle. What's your point?
My point is that you don't need a weapon of war in your home.
They're
no
not
one has,
weapons of
no
war.
one. Don't interrupt me. No one has ever needed a weapon of war in their home in modern times. Like I don't.
Let me
If
get
you
this
take,
straight.
if you take,
An M4A1 is the same thing as an AR-15.
I'm not talking about that. So what I'm talking about is, do you know understand what happened in New Zealand and their mass pew-pews?
Well, New Zealand also doesn't have a quarter of the
Can you
population.
answer the
we have.
fucking questions, dude?
Good question.
Answer the question.
Well, New Zealand also doesn't have a Second Amendment, so
Still
that's
not
really
answering the
not
question.
really
So
conversation.
what
I can
happened
answer
in
the
New Zealand? You're not
counter-question
answering the
to that.
question.
Every citizen.
Shut up.
Shut up and answer
What-
the question, please.
What happened in New
What's
Zealand with?
different?
Shut the fuck up. What happened in New Zealand with their gun laws?
There was one mass unaliving event and they confiscated everything. What's your point?
Yeah, they did. They did a buyback program, and their pew-pews are like essentially non-existent. Yeah,
Then go move to Switzerland if you're
it's
so
called.
excited.
See, but what I'm saying is, no one in that country threw a fit of, oh, I need a weapon of war in my home to protect myself. None of them did that.
Well,
They
also,
acted
New
sane.
Zealand doesn't
They
have
paid
a
attention to.
constitutional right when it comes to firearms. What's your point?
What'd you say?
New Zealand doesn't have a constitutional right to own firearms. What's your point?
They actually do, but they can't carry.
they not?
They are. Yes, they do. You're a fucking idiot. I'm done with this guy. He's a fucking moron.
Can you tell me what the difference is between an
Moon, is it-
M4A1 and an AR-15 is?
All right, Moon, go
They're
ahead.
both
Yeah,
weapons.
okay.
Shut the fuck up.
So an AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle platform. It can also be used as an assault weapon. It says right here in legal terms, it's considered a military grade upgrade could be used to it. Usually equipped, designed with certain bulletry, it says, and AR-15 style rifles can be considered extremely dangerous and is largely behind many of the mass unalivings that have occurred in the United States. This is from the CDC, and this is also from legislation.storm automatic rifle weaponry. But if you're asking how many children under 18, a large percentage are unalived by these styles of rifles in the AR-15 style rifle family. So the answer is yes, it does cause the most unalivings, and it's the most unnecessary to have or to carry.
Okay, I have a question for the host real quick. Is it okay?
No, we're not gonna do
No,
that.
no, no.
So here's a question. Your question's only to the person you're talking to. The host will not answer questions unless the host is talking to you. So
And let's go to New Zealand. Do they have
permission to show a demonstration with 2 dummy rounds, but okay.
Dude, you're the one who looks like an idiot right now. You understand that, right? You literally don't understand anything.
There's literally statistics on the CDC site that says most unalivings, including under the age of 11, and mass unalivings are caused by this weaponry and type of weaponry. Also, Bulletin, Homicide Victimization, FBI.gov lists that one of the top for unalivings in mass pew-pewings, even in teenagers and young adults. What we have, firearm safety and privilege does not recommended to be used in any family setting or in general, because it's saying it is actually a more dangerous weapon that should be used in only military circumstances. And yes, New Zealand does have a Yep, it does have in its constitution the ability to own firearms, like City said.
It's like I was right. That's so weird because I looked it up and I did research.
New Zealand does have a stipulation that you are able to own firearms, though they largely are now considering the buyback program of semi-automatic high-capacity rifles that are generally used in war or war-like situations.
The funny thing is, the military doesn't use semi-automatic platforms. They use burst fire or fully automatic.
Oh my god.
They literally state like here it is used in military.
And anyway, the military, the U.S. military doesn't even use
AR-15
ARs anymore. They use
used
Sig
in
Spears.
military
They don't.
war grade.
The U.S. military doesn't even use 5.56.
Yes, the
anymore. They use
AR-15 is based on a
series now.
military rifle and is used in combat. The civilian
No, it
version
is-
is
it has never
exactly
been
like the
seen in
militarized,
combat.
stylish version that is used in the U.S. Armed Forces. They are based on the same
the
design and have the
AR-15
same capacity. It says it.
Was this
It says it
civilian
literally
version?
right here.
Avalanche,
An
show us your source.
AR-15 is a military-styled rifle that is used in the U.S. Army and Armed Forces.
Show us your source, Avalanche. That tells us different. Tells her what she
And the
just
sources right here are
Actual
firearms,
active duty personnel
Show
right
us the
now.
facts,
firearm
buddy.
safety and
And AR-15 in
authorization.gov.
combat.
And right here,
Who wrote all these sources you're quoting right now? Because I'm genuinely curious.
I'm telling you right now, you want the sources? I'm
You
giving
said
you the damn fucking
FBI.gov.
sources. Yeah, FBI.gov, CDC.gov,
I'm
Firearm
sorry,
and
but
Safety
I trust, like, an actual
Authority.gov.
active duty
Everybody stop.
combat member
Everybody
over these
stop.
sources.
Everybody stop. Everyone mute up. Everybody mute up. That includes you, Avalanche. Mute up. Alright, I'm going to say this one more time. Please stop with the over talking. It is getting out of control. If one more person over talks, the host is already saying he will end the live. So let's do this again. I want to say this one more time. We're going to do this right. No one's going to over talk each other. We're going to raise our hands like we're supposed to in the chats. And we're going to do respect. We're going to talk respectful. I'm still talking, Avalanche. You put your hand back down. When one of us mods are talking, we have the floor, unless the host says otherwise. MySpace, I got this. If it gets to the point we need to come up, I'll drop for you, MySpace. I promise. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If I have to speak again, then there will be some consequences. So let's be civil, City. I know you're trying to talk, but let Moon and Avalanche talk, okay?
Got it. Sorry.
MySpace, if you want to, hold on. MySpace, if you want to come up, I'll drop for you.
I haven't had a chance.
Go ahead.
Avalanche.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Who is next? Are you? We don't even know if Moonpetal is done yet. Moonpetal, are you done?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yes, it is a military grade type weapon. Yes, it is. It says it's exactly built like one. And I don't think civilians should have it, just in the home in general. Specifically because of the statistics that I listed before on how many unalivings it has caused. And the percentage is quite high. And that's it on.
All right. Harley, did you want to say something?
It's me and then Harley.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't know if anyone's mentioned this yet, and I'm pretty sure people are like, oh yeah, you're right. So if you allow citizens to have access to these, high profile pew-pews, that means our military and police officers and other government officials will have access to these things. Considering the ICE unalivements that are currently happening and the rate that police unalive minorities at this time, giving them access to an AR-15 would probably not be the best of options because they already misuse and misfire a lot of their pew-pews currently. Imagine the danger that they could pose with a weapon as such. like I said, once again, I find your logic to be inconclusive, and not make much sense to me. You said you talked about crime, but then want more crime because it's harder to stop a pew pew that can fire around 100 rounds per minute. So, that, okay.
That's
So
literally every
imagine
firearm.
this teenager has an AR-15, right? Police surround him and they want to try to talk him down. He starts firing. He can unalive more of those police officers than they can receive. Take him down. Is that what you want? Do you want more unstable people to actively be able to cause these violent crimes? Because this is what's going to happen. You may want these pew pews, but how are you going to make sure that these laws are or the laws surrounding them are utilized to protect trans people, people of color, disabled people, all that good stuff? Because we already have instances of police misusing their power and even actively unaliving someone and switching out the pew pews of other officers to get them in trouble. Because we all know the police system is very corrupt and misguided. So, what is your plan with that, if I may ask?
Well, first off, most police officers use sidearms, not rifles. I've never been stopped by a police officer that walked into my car carrying an AR-15. That just sounds ludicrous to me.
That is not at all what I said. Were you listening to me, or you wanted to hear what
Police
you wanted to
officers
hear?
most commonly use AR-15s. They only use AR-15s if they absolutely have to.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if civilians have access to these things, it'll be more prevalent for police officers to have access to these things. And police officers have been noted to do more damage and cause more issues and what is it called? Instigate more situations resulting in violence. Right. So what are you going to do about the police officers? And oh, I thought you left. I was I was about to drag you back up here. So what do you plan to do with that? That was my question, not if they carried them at all. I asked you what plans do you think should be implemented?
I know. I was about to get to that before I got rudely muted. Anyway, my solution is to offer more training. There you go. But
More
I have
training is not what they
another
need.
question for
They
you.
receive training on autistic individuals, but they still unalive them at a high rate. They receive training on how to properly utilize the amendments. They still choose to discard those. They receive proper training on how to even properly treat someone who's under intoxication, yet they still cause an alignment of intoxicated individuals 30% each year. So out of the arrest cases of intoxicated individuals, at least 30% of them experience some kind of medical instance that they need medical assistance, and they don't receive it. So don't bullshit me about training. Once again, try again.
Can I ask one clarifying question? I'm confused as to one thing that
No,
you
you will
had said.
wait your turn.
Can I ask you some questions, or is just you asking me questions?
Me? Yeah. It's a debate.
Okay, then debates allow counter questions, correct?
I'm saying you can ask me a question, yes.
Okay, so my question is a 3-part question. You ready?
Okay.
The first 2 parts are yes and no. Do you trust the federal government?
No.
Do you trust local, state police
No.
officers? Then why the hell would you be comfortable knowing that they're the only ones have unfettered access to AR-15s then?
They pretty much already do, and I'm not comfortable with it. That's why I'm very
Then why won't you want civilians to own
I want the
those
U.S. to be
kinda
like
even the
Chiang Mai and
battlefield
Thailand,
with
where civilians don't have access to pew pews at all. 0, 100%.
Thailand. Go live in Thailand then.
Okay, you're gonna pay for well, why is that your guys' result? Instead of fixing something, you're like, okay, if you don't want to fix it, then leave. Why is that your go-to? Why not actively fix it so I don't have to leave?
Well, how about you quit blaming an inanimate object for people's actions then?
Right, because I'm sorry. So I'm guessing the human being that has skin and flesh is actively the one making the bullets, and it's like the human can do all that damage, right? No, it's the weapon that's behind that. The person is just the one pulling the trigger, right? I know that. I'm not stupid.
Weapon don't do
but
jack.
I'm not
Really
stupid. But yet, when these laws that we have or that are placed on these pew pews aren't effective, because by the way, I don't know if because Pedal
So now
Pedal,
your
Moon
secret laws
Pedal,
aren't
Moon
effective.
Pedal
Thank
didn't
you.
get to add this earlier, but a large portion of these these ARs are what are they? They're unlisted. So a large portion of these crimes in schools and school pew pewings, the pew pew that is unregistered, and it's not known about, and is received from some outside source and some illegal source. So, like
Okay,
I
then
said
why
once
are you going
again,
after law-abiding citizens who bought their firearms legally then?
okay, but that's still not doing anything about it. Okay, let me give you a broader example. Okay, let me give you a broader example.
No, answer
So
my
about
question first. Answer my question first.
what's your question?
Why are you going after law-abiding citizens who bought their firearms legally? But according to you, most of the mass unaliving events are happening with illegally purchased firearms. I was just wondering why you
I
think
didn't
like
say
that.
the mass amount. I said there are
You
some
literally
that are
just
being
said that.
utilized.
You literally just said that.
Okay, well I was wrong, but it's still happening.
So
What's your
then why are you
counterpoint
going
then?
after law-abiding citizens then? When
Yes,
most of your
because the
firearms,
people who
according
are
to you,
using these
are
things are
happening
still
illegally when
law-abiding
you legally bought
citizens.
firearms.
So for a brief example, about 6 months ago, there was a maggot that was arrested. There was a protest actively going on. I think it was one of the No Kings protests. He got very upset because there were some feminists in his way, on his way to work. He got out and started pushing people around, and one dude gets out and he starts pushing that dude around because he's assaulting women, and he headbutts him. So he goes back into his car, and the only thing he can grab is the rifle. I think we know what happened next, right? So unstable people should have access to firearms.
Sorry,
Love
I
that point.
seriously doubt the validity of your story. Like, who the fuck carries around a rifle?
He literally reached in the back of his truck and grabbed it. Like that's how these people function, honey. That's like what
Because
like these
normally
people
for me,
literally
I
like
carry around a
you're
pistol. Like,
literally
the
wanting to
AR-15
have
is
an
way too big to
AR-15
carry
for
every day.
playtime, and you're acting like people just don't carry around pew pews.
I'm not acting like that. I'm saying most people carry around pistols because they're easier to conceal.
Some people still carry
Right?
around rifles because they go hunting. You mean to tell me this dude couldn't be a hunter and reach into the back to grab that?
Nobody hunts with an AR-15. That just seems illogical to me because the round is so small. In one shot.
I hate to break this up, Fee.
Go ahead, Queen.
Need your land your plane because we got Harley and we got Scat that want to talk too. So get in land your plane you can. Then I'm gonna let Harley speak, and then after Harley it's gonna be Scat. And if the host wants to jump back in, we'll put the host will ask his question. But before we do that, Spiram, can you give us your age, date, and who you voted for?
Was that addressed to me? You cut out for a sec.
Yes, I'm addressing you. Your age, date, and who you voted for.
25, Georgia, Trump.
All right, we'll get to you in just a second.
Okay.
Opie, do you have anything you have to say before?
Yeah, I'm gonna land my
we-
plane. Kind of make these points here. So you claim that you want protections, but yet that'll do the exact opposite, allowing civilians to have access to these types of PPUs. You've stated that. Well, I want to break this up too. You stated the fact that if you saw something, that your school is being pew pew, that you're gonna go down there and you're gonna take care of it yourself. I'm very glad you have a sonar ability that'll tell you when there's a pew pew going on at a school. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like you're very unjust in the action to want these types of firearms to be in public hands. But I do rest my case and pass it off to my partner, Harley. Go ahead, Harley.
All right. So you're okay with all these rifles and shit, right? You're okay with just almost anyone having them, correct? Hello? Can I be heard?
Who are you talking to?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so you're okay with people having firearms, right? Rifles, shotties,
Yes, certain people, yes.
Yeah. Okay, and okay, so you think certain people can. What kinds of people do you think should not?
Convicted felons.
Okay, that Okay.
Convicted felons, pedos, sexual assaulters, rapists. Like I can go on for hours on who I think shouldn't own a firearm. But law-abiding average Joes, no issue, right? And can I show a quick demonstration with 2 dummy rounds?
No, we are not showing anything like that on here because that will definitely get the host live turned down, shut down. So no, we're not doing any demonstrations.
That is not even a no. That's a hell no. No.
Okay. Because I wanted to see if you can decipher which one's the 5.56 and which one's the 30-06. But anyway.
Yeah, that's a big no from TikTok because that would definitely get his account taken away.
All right, can I finish real quick, please, if possible?
Go ahead, Harley.
All right, so let's say hypothetically, right? There's, people have access to all their, whatever AR-15s, M4s, whatever. Do you think there should be protections that in place to make sure that mass pew-pewings are happen a lot less, right?
There already are protections. We just need to start enforcing them. Because again, touching from my point earlier, there's already 20,000 federal gun laws. We just need to start enforcing them.
How would you enforce them?
By enforcing the law. Like that's that simple. Point blank period. Just enforce what the law says. Like for example, if a convicted violent felon can't own a firearm, enforce that law like we already do. Or tell me what the U.S. government defines as a weapon of mass destruction when it comes to firearms.
What would the law consider weapon of mass destruction?
Can you tell me what the U.S. government defines a weapon of mass destruction as?
Well, I would assume full auto, anything over 30-round magazine, and see, I don't know.
Anything bigger than a 50 BMG that does not have hunting exemptions. That's what the U.S. government defines as a weapon of mass destruction when it comes to firearms. And it kind of astonishes me that you guys declare an AR-15 as a weapon of mass destruction when it's 30 times smaller than a 50 BMG.
I never claimed. All right, because I never claimed.
I'm not. If you want to be armored, you use a 50 BMG, not an AR-15.
Look, I will.
If you want to go through 3 cinder block walls, use a 50 BMG, not AR-15. Like AR-15 is a small caliber rifle.
Right.
And you treat it like it's a large caliber rifle, like a 330 at Lapua Magnum.
Right. I know there's a difference between 5.56 and 20 millimeter, or I know there's a difference.
It is illegal under the U.S. Constitution. You have to have very special permits and very special permissions from the AT.
She's still talking. Shut up.
I know there's a difference between 223 and 7.62 by 5.4. I know there's a difference between the different calibers. I grew up around firearms. I personally know the difference between the different calibers. I know not everyone does, and that's understandable. Not everyone grew up around them. However, I do think that if you need more than 30 rounds to eliminate a threat, you probably need better aim.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, why not?
What is the standard capacity size for an AR-15? Like the minimum.
20.
Like just bought it out of the store. Then what's the minimum?
20?
No, it's 30.
So I'm sorry. Based off my barrage of questions, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about right now.
I know more about caliber than anything else. All right.
Okay, so then what's the difference between a cartridge, a casing, and a...
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop both of you right here. Now we're getting way off a topic. We gotta stick to the political side of this, not just asking about this, because at this point we're losing viewers. So let's get on point about the political
All
side,
right.
please.
We'll finish with one last question.
Go ahead, Harley, and then it's Scat's turn, and then Dog Dad will, if he doesn't mind, introduce the next person, and then we'll go from there.
All right, just let me say the last question. Now, what are your? Do you think the only way to acquire a firearm is through a licensed store, not through not through shows, not through 3D printing, through licensed stores?
No. You can buy it as a straw purchase from friend to friend or a complete stranger to you.
I don't think that.
And also buy a kit online and build it. It's usually a black powder when it comes to kits online. And you can buy it through a licensed FFL, or you can also go through a licensed FFL at a gun show. But I kind of know what you're getting at here, because you're about to say like gun shows don't require background checks, but that's a load of horse shit. It only doesn't require a background check if you're going through a second-hand dealer, like a private sale.
All right, who's I'm gonna introduce the new person real quick. How do you say your name? Is it Casaro?
Yeah, you got it right.
Age, state, and who you voted for?
22, Georgia, and Trump.
All right. Now everybody's gonna mute up. Slay, take it away.
All right, so I got two of them up on the panel here. You start with the guy at the top. Scrap, why did you vote for Trump? Okay, well then don't speak then.
Who are you addressing?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I thought you said scat.
Oh no.
Mainly just out of it was kind of like during that election, like I was honestly so tired of hearing about politics that I didn't really follow it super well. It was kind of a matter of like, well, out of the things that I've seen out of Kamala, I'm not super thrilled with a lot of what I've seen, and Trump has already been president before, and that didn't go awful. So yeah, it was kind of a matter of like, chose the lesser of two evils at the time. And I'll also preface, like, I'm not MAGA by any means, like, at all. I'm pretty critical of Trump and a lot of the things that he does. I'm pretty centered politically.
Same here.
All right, so let me go to the guy at the bottom. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because I know I will screw that all up. So why'd you vote for Trump?
No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not MAGA at all. I just agreed with a lot of his, not necessarily political views, but his, I guess, economic views a little bit more. And I was, 19 at the turning 20 at the time. So I'm still young, but I was still a lot younger and not really into politics that much. But yeah, I'm not really super like MAGA or anything necessarily. So I'm still and really like trying to decide what I want to go for. But yeah.
All right, so you kind of mentioned his economic views. How do you feel that he's like made the economy even worse?
It hurts because I think in his first term, things were a lot better than they are now. Like, obviously, if you like pull up statistically, gas prices and like jobs and all that kind of stuff, things were way more up than they were now in his first term. After all this stuff with Israel and Iran, like everything is just fucking plummeted. So yeah, it hurts to see.
That's because Trump is a
Right.
stupid
And-
nigger. He's a kike Jew who puts Israel before America. I fucking hate that.
All
Whoa.
right.
Well then,
And then there was that.
Holy shit.
Tell us how you really
All
feel.
right, so with with his first term, you kind of got to say thank you, Obama, because if Trump would have just came in and did absolutely nothing, if he would have just set his, oh yeah, of course I get a violation for that. But anyway, if he would have came in, just sat his big orange ass down in that chair and did pretty much absolutely nothing, he would have had an amazing presidency. But then we had that thing called, C-19, and that's actually saved his ass because of things that he was doing towards the end there. If it wouldn't have been for C-19, we were heading for a recession in the fall. So, like, economy-wise, he's always been an economy unaliver because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I mean, I know
Yeah.
everybody says, "Oh, praise him because he's a businessman," but
Yeah, he's not an
who
overly
was able-
successful one.
right, 100% he's not. The
hasn't
man
worked.
bankrupted a casino. I mean, I don't know how you bankrupt a casino. I mean, I really don't. But anyway, and I understand you were young. You weren't 100%. As far as both of y'all, you weren't really politically really watching what was going on politics wise, but I mean, this man actually sat there and told us for 4 years what he was going to fix and what he was fixing to do, and so it was no surprise that he was just going to come in and just totally destroy shit because he has
What's
nothing
up?
to lose. But I'm not
Yeah,
going to
that's
harp on you. I mean, I asked my questions, and I mean, you guys don't seem like you're intelligent. I just hope you do a little more research for the midterms. I'm going to go ahead and mute up, and I don't know who's next.
All right? Who's next?
Well, I was
David.
supposed to be up, but we lost some of the people, I guess, that were up here.
Scott, have you talked yet?
I have not spoke once the whole night. I've
Yeah,
been listening. Yeah,
when they called me out, I thought they were calling you out because I knew you were ahead of me in the panel. I was like,
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've been just kind of chilling, but yeah, I mean, I was like the gun guy. I guess did he leave?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
I'm sorry, man. I was trying to get to you.
That's cool. I'm cool. I'm just.
But if
chilling
you want to
with-
speak, listen. We're gonna give you time now. If you want to speak to these two, for first, has David been introduced yet? The guy in the left hand corner.
He's
No.
muted. Yeah.
All right,
okay.
No.
David, age, state, and who you voted for.
23 years old, didn't vote for anyone, and I'm from North State.
You didn't vote for anybody because of what? I'm sorry.
did he say he's not from the United States? Is that what he said?
I'm 23 years old, I'm from North State, and I didn't vote for anyone. Voting is nonsense.
Okay.
All
All right. Scat. If you want to speak to either one of these two MAGAs, go for it.
I didn't actually hear the last guest that joined, but the younger guy, I mean, I guess so you feel like, did you vote, did you say, or you didn't?
I was able to vote. Well, me or Seraphim?
No, you.
Yeah, no, I did vote on the last election.
And you said it was Trump?
Yeah.
And you said that obviously you don't feel like he's done what he promised that he was going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And did you just kind of place that vote just on kind of what you were hearing and that Trump was a good business guy and all that stuff, or or you didn't research anything, is what you're kind of saying, or no?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously, family does play a big part in that. Like, I grew up in a very like Republican household, so that also did sway a lot of my views and like opinions. It's kind of like growing up in a church. Like you grow up either Christian or Jewish or Catholic, and you kind of swing more towards that way and want to learn more those views because that's what your parents do. So. Not saying my parents really influenced me, but it did have a big part in my vote.
Yeah, no, I get it. Trust me. I have a sister that's married to a veteran that was in Iraq, and he was born in Nebraska, grew up as a conservative, and she's got 5 kids. This is my sister, and the influence comes from him basically, and they don't follow anything, except for what he says. So, but that's not the way to go. That's what I'm saying. You got to research. You feel you got to do what you feel like. Like the problem I have with Trump supporters is that they know that gas prices are high. They know inflation is high. They know the war probably was unnecessary, but they kind of still stick with the party. You got to kind of like, look at things reasonably and say, well, how is this affecting me? And things aren't going so well. So I can't really follow my family. I got to do what I feel is right for the country and myself. So, I mean, and that's the way I teach my children. I got 2 young daughters that are, 20 and 23. And I say, hey, listen, you got to vote for what you think, but, do your research and just, whatever is going to help you. And unfortunately for people your age, it's bad right now. It's very bad. And if we don't have change of some sort, you all are going to have a very hard time, having success in life. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. I mean, unless your parents have money and they can leave you an inheritance, it's going to be hard for you to go buy houses and all that stuff. I mean, it's a very bad time, but we need change in the way it's going right now. We got to have something happen in November because we can't keep doing what we're doing right now. I'm ready to just give up the floor for somebody to answer or.
All right. Who's next? Anybody else was. Am I if I'm the next one, just let me know and I'll go.
Yeah, if you want to go back to the gun guy. It sounded no, you don't.
No, I
Okay.
don't. No, he's gone.
Okay.
I don't know if MySpace wanted to say anything, but Harley is also back.
Okay.
She felt a bit rushed earlier, so I want to make sure she can have a second to debate a maggot. That's up to Slay though, but yeah.
Are there any
Also, I wanted
panel?
to preface now that David is hard to understand, but I've had him on my panel multiple times, Slay. So if you need me to handle him and chat with him, I can. He does talk very, very fast, so I'm able to understand it. So just let me know.
Are there any MAGA, hardcore MAGAs in the panel to even address?
Seraphim, host is speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd definitely like Harley to be able to have some time to speak, and then if you've been able to speak with David before, it'd probably be the best.
I was gonna say, I don't know why you're bringing me into this.
No. All right. Well, who's next? Who wants to speak? I know that I have my hand up, but if anybody else wants to go before me, go right ahead. If not, I'll take my turn.
Go ahead.
There you go.
All right. So I want to ask the both of you guys. So do you still support him, or do you regret your vote?
Personally, I regret my vote, but it's kind of a matter of like, I think, especially with like how politics is now, I'm bound to regret my vote regardless because I really was not a fan of either one of them, like at all.
Okay.
With like my biggest gripes with him mainly have to do with like that dude just needs his Twitter taken away. Like that dude is his own worst enemy most of the time. And as well as like just I think the way he's handling Iran could be done better than it is.
No, I'm a firm believer. We shouldn't even be in Iran as far as I'm concerned. What about you, Cud? Do you regret your vote?
I 100% agree with him. There's just so much shit that has happened since his second election that
That's not what I asked though. Do you regret your vote now, or do you still support him?
No, I said I do regret it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ask you this then, to the both of you. This will be my last question, and then whoever wants to go next. Since you guys regret your vote, say we had a re-election tomorrow, right? And knowing what you know now, right? And the same two candidates were running as far as the candidates. Donald Trump was running for president. Kamala Harris was running for president on the Democratic side. Who would you guys vote for?
I'd have to give that some deep thought. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, same.
I've never even thought of a hypothetical like that. It'd be weird if we could actually do that.
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna ask one more question then to the both of you. What is it about Kamala Harris that you guys did not like?
My biggest thing was I saw a lot of what I could only call like just being like blatantly disingenuous, and it was kind of a matter of like, well, is Trump kind of an idiot most of the time? Yeah, however, like he's at least like serious about being an idiot. With Kamala, like there was a lot of things, mainly with like how she would address specific audiences that just didn't sit right with me, where it's like she would do things like change her voice cadence or change her demeanor depending on the audience. And it's just like, that's just like, I mean, I don't
understand that because I listened to her, right? I listened to her speeches. I never heard her once say or once do change her voice to anything. Like, I don't understand that one, but that's me. I mean, what about I'm just curious. What about, I know I keep saying I ask one more question, but I mean, the main reason why we vote for a president, for a candidate for president, right? Isn't it? And maybe I'm too old school or something, but I voted for policy. I don't give a shit about antics or you thinking that. I voted for policy, and Trump didn't have any policy. His answer, the whole thing he ran on, he made the southern border a fucking boogeyman. That's the fact. And that's what he ran on. And that's the only thing he could run on. Kamala Harris had a lot of good policies that she was running on. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm disabled, okay? And as far as right now is concerned, I couldn't even think about buying a home. But
I think that's like everybody.
You can be quiet until you've been introduced. Under Kamala Harris's one of Kamala Harris's policies was, giving some money to, loaning extra money to first-time home buyers so they can afford to own a home. I can't do that right now.
Bro, come to North Carolina. It's a thing.
I'm in North Carolina.
It's a thing, dude. You can do it in North Carolina. Or would that be?
No.
Or have you owned a home for the first time yet? Or
I don't have no, I can't. I'm in North Carolina. I don't know. I'm going to land my plane here. Whoever wants to speak next, go for it.
I want to ask, sorry to interrupt that. I want to ask both of you now, since you regret your vote, you said you don't know. If you have a choice to put in a candidate, both parties, Democrat and Republican, aside from those two that we are mentioning, and aside from the previous president, who would you put for the position of the highest position
that's a
of
good
government?
question.
Which good. Good. And
So are you saying that, like, out of any political candidate, like, regardless of if they were in the last primaries, like, if we could impose anybody into that position, would it be?
any? I mean, in. And I want to add, and I'm gonna ask you, why did you choose that person, and what policy do you want them to implement to better your life?
I would have to. I don't know. I could go on mute for a second and, like, actually think about it. But that's
the same. I mean, that's kind of.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. I can definitely get back to you in like a couple minutes. I'd have to like thoroughly analyze that.
Okay, for me, if I have a choice, if ever she runs or not, AOC, and for the Republican side, Thomas Massey. AOC, I'm gonna go to AOC first. AOC, she can both parties she can talk to both parties with common sense. That's why I'm gonna put her on the Democratic side. And then going to Massey, it's the same thing, because we have two-party systems, right? It sucks. I know it sucks that we have that party, and I wish that we can abolish electoral college. That's it. And Thomas Massey, same point as AOC. Why I'm gonna put both of them.
I would say, like, whoever the candidate would be, especially with the last 3 presidencies that we've had being Trump, Biden, then Trump again. Like, our country is like more divided now politically than I think it ever has been. I think it's even more divided than it was during like the Civil War. The only reason why it hasn't broken out into that is that because we live in an age where information is like, you can debate someone across the country in like a couple of seconds on Facebook. Like, the proponency of violence isn't necessarily there, but like, I think we are to a point now where we need to have a political shift that focuses on bipartisan unison in policy. So I would 100% agree with you on that. Maybe not the candidates, but the essence behind your candidates. Like, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think definitely like younger, that's for sure.
Yes.
Stop putting 80-year-olds in there to run the country. I mean, come on. It's a different time period. I mean, there's no, and I mean, nothing against, I mean, Biden was okay. He was he was in politics for a very long time, but you saw him decline, obviously. And Trump really wasn't a politician and really doesn't know much about foreign affairs and how to actually handle an entire economy. I mean, maybe real estate or something. I don't even know, but he shouldn't be in there. But we got to definitely make a movement toward a younger, group of people that are running the country. And the thing is, I mean, I don't know if that was the right question to say, well, who would you pick like for 20? Because, I mean, forget about 2028. What state, do you live in? And are you going to what are you looking at as far as your governors and mayors in your states when it comes to November? And I feel we need balance, because if we have another 2 years basically of Trump having the Senate and Congress under his control, things are just going to keep spiraling in the wrong direction. So forget about who's running in 2028, because really none of us know, other than probably J.D. Vance and maybe Kamala Harris. But you got to start looking at your Senate positions and attorney generals and governors and mayors in November.
Yeah, one thing I will say is from my generation's perspective, looking at American politics, you have people on the left who give extremely leftist views, and then you have people on the right that give extremely right-wing views. And like it's so polarized now, to the point where, like, I mean, my generation's just fucking tired of it. Like, we're tired of hearing about it. Like, yeah, there are individuals within our generation that fall within those extremely polarized camps, but the majority of us are just like, all of this is fucking stupid. Like, both sides need to just stop. Like, and especially, I mean, like, and it gets exacerbated like I said, like, due to the fact that we're in the information age, where, you can scroll on social media for, 20 minutes, and within that 20 minutes, you're flooded with, like, 30 different videos essentially being like, well, this is what you should think. And, like, I think my generation is starting to harp a lot more on, like, critical thinking and, like, actually analyzing the information that we're being given. I mean, like, that's a prime reason why, like, most of our generation doesn't watch the news on TV. Like, it's like your choices are terrible because they're blatantly polarized. Actually, a lot of people in my generation are starting to move towards, like, foreign news, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but I mean, it's what's happening. So I think, like, for example, like, you can have somebody in my generation who's, like, super pro MAGA, and realistically, like, they're doing it because it's a fucking trend. Same thing with people who are in my generation and are, I don't know, like, the, like, not Soviet, but, like, communist LARPers. It's two ends of the extreme that's ultimately a fucking trend. Like, I don't think it's anything new. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're on the right path. I mean, you gotta have critical thinking. And I mean, I don't think, I mean, I try to strive toward that. I mean, I never believe anything that I see or hear unless I go and research it myself. I mean, and we don't have enough people doing that in this country. I mean, they just get on a certain television station or whatever, and they just hear, what they hear, and then they go with it, and then they start spreading it all over social media without even looking it up, without even fact checking anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
can I add something there if you guys don't mind?
Go ahead.
First, I need
my
to
friends
introduce
are.
you.
Oh, sorry.
Hang on. Age, state, who you voted for?
I'm 19. I live in Arkansas, and I voted for Donald Trump.
Okay, just a second. D's. Age, state, who you voted for?
Hello?
Yeah, age, state, who you voted for?
Sorry, I can't hear you right now. Sorry, one more time.
Age, state, who you voted for?
Sorry, one more time, sir. My bad. I hear you now.
Age, state, who you voted for? Goodbye. I ain't playing games with that.
All right.
All right.
So
Before you join the conversation, why'd you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump. There was a couple of reasons why I voted for him. There was the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years, the UFC fights, the reflecting pool. There was just a whole bunch of things that I just loved about him that I don't think Kamala Harris would have done.
Wait, what?
You voted for him. You voted for him because of low unemployment, a reflecting pool, and a UFC fight that didn't exist, right?
What do you mean the UFC fight that didn't exist?
You said you voted for him because of those three things, but those three things didn't happen before you voted for him. So how could you?
No,
vote
but it
for him
was
for those
going
three
to
things when
happen.
he didn't campaign on those.
Also,
Let's just say I just had a little genie in my pocket. That's how I knew.
Oh no!
Wait,
now
side
you're just
note:
lying to me.
if
How
you're
old did you say he
19,
was
if you're 19 currently,
Yeah.
how could you have voted?
Yeah, you
I
couldn't
was
have
just
voted
getting
then.
that. He lied.
Critical thinking.
Yep, common sense. That's what people need.
Math for Marines.
Literally. Well, I can't say that for myself, but similar.
Do you guys have a math for sailors?
Yeah, we do.
Bro, we're so cooked. Yeah, he was saying that stuff, and I was like, "This guy's not legit."
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, let's
These
hope he
LARPers.
didn't actually vote.
I don't think he could have, because I mean, if he was saying that he was like 19, like he literally wouldn't have been eligible to.
Yeah.
Unless I'm pretty sure, like, unless he is literally about to turn. No, he still wouldn't have been able to.
Well, no.
Um,
Well, why not? Why not? Why are you saying he wouldn't have been able to vote?
Well, how many years into this current presidency are we?
Well, let's see. He said he was 19. So,
I'm alive, fool.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he was 18 at the time that the election came around, or not. Who knows? He was messing around with us.
Oh, smiling. Ain't state who you voted for.
Yeah, we've talked before.
Yeah, I know.
23. I'm from South Carolina. I voted for Trump.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Tell us why you voted for Trump.
It's mainly just for stuff like, tax breaks for like new families, first-time homeowners, a bunch of like economic stuff. Like lowering inflation. That's basically the main premise.
That's Kamala's stuff.
I mean,
He
I'm
didn't
sure.
have no plan. He didn't have no plan for first-time home buyers. Where's
Well,
it at?
Well, of course, that's what I thought because 90% of politicians is lying.
Did he deliver, Smiling?
Huh?
Did he deliver for you?
Nope.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's going on with? Okay, well, let's just. All right, so you like to drive your car, right?
Yep.
I'm sure it's a gas car, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, we're about out of missiles, right?
So?
Okay, so we're about to run out of missiles, and Iran says if Trump makes one more fucking strike, they're going to spread the fucking attack out further. So they're going to go deeper into the Persian Gulf. They're going to strangle off all the waterways. We don't have no missiles to stop them. What the hell, dude? We're not going to have any oil coming into this fucking country. I mean, what are you going to do when you have to pay $10 a gallon for gasoline and can only get it maybe once a week?
Honestly, man, I don't really care about missiles. I mean, I can go down to Home Depot get a thing of pipe and some nails and call it good.
That's what.
What are you gonna do with that?
I don't think you can
You
say
make
that
them
on
live-
TikTok.
Yeah, I can't say on
Wait a minute.
TikTok.
No. I'm just saying. What are you gonna do with even if your own home weapons? Say you got a bunch of firearms, no big deal. What are you supposed to do with those? They're not coming here. They're gonna strangle off the Middle East. What's your
Okay.
firearm gonna do for them?
Why should I care about what happens in the Middle East?
Apparently your president does. Why are we there?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it. I've been saying it's for the Tomb of Gilgamesh. You remember,
I mean,
right?
This is the guy. This is the guy you support.
Not really. I'm a
I mean-
monarchist.
Oh,
Molly,
good God.
you're
Yeah, fine.
basically
I
saying-
can't talk to you.
Okay,
Molly,
sure.
Are you done with Trump, basically, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So, who are you voting for in November? You going to try
He's
to get
not.
some balance?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody.
He wants a king.
Oh, nobody. Well, that's not going to help.
So, arguing about petty squabbles on TikTok while the ultra wealthy pedophilic vampires are still in Congress isn't doing anything either. So what's the point?
The point is, I mean, you know, if you don't vote, you're not doing anything about it.
And how has that worked?
How does it work?
How has that been turning out for you guys? Republicans, Democrats, they all say vote harder, we'll get them next time. But next time never comes. We're still in recession. We are still living paycheck to paycheck, and nothing's being done about it. Why? Because the politicians just want money. That's all they want, and we are being thrown into the meat grinder.
Smiling, would you agree, though, that the Democrat, you know, I mean, if you've paid attention to the economies through Democratic presidential terms compared to Republican terms, who would you say ran the country better?
Oh, boy, it's public school propaganda all over again.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you to look it up. Who ran the country better? I mean, was it the Democrat with Bill Clinton's era, Obama's era, or Bush's era?
Neither. They're all the same.
No, actually, they weren't.
Oh, yeah? What do they do?
Now, you're old enough to remember the Bush recession, right?
Nope, I was still swimming in my dad's ball sack.
Were you?
Yeah, 2003.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the house crash, all that stuff, you weren't
Okay.
there for that?
Yeah.
The-
I remember
the
the very
Iraq
tail end of it.
War.
No, I don't think I was there.
All right. Well, it was bad, dude. And,
I can imagine.
And when Obama came in, man, and when he left after those 8 years, I mean, everything went very well after that. And then Trump came in,
Okay.
and then things didn't go so great. He was riding a wave, and then all of a sudden COVID-19 came in, and you know, he liked to lie about that a lot. Not really tell the truth to the public, and you know, everything kind of started to go sour again. And then you know, he got voted out. So then he won't admit it that he got voted out, but then Biden came in, and yeah, it was a struggle for the first year or two. You know, trying to overcome the pandemic, inflation, all that stuff. Gas prices went up. Not because of policy, though, because we had a pandemic, which we've never seen in a very, very long time in the United States, or around the world, actually. It was a worldwide problem. Inflation, everything was a worldwide problem, not policies. So from June 2022, everything started to go in the right direction. And then all of a sudden, Trump got reelected, and then everything started to go the opposite direction in a bad path again. And this is where we're at.
So I'm thinking everything post 9/11 sucks now? Is that what you're getting at?
No, actually, I'm going way back to 1970s where things started to suck. But I can't get into all that.
So was that like Reagan? Was that Reagan's era?
No, Reagan was more 80s. But it was back more like Nixon and Kissinger, you know, it was more back toward 73, 72, 73, where all this Middle East crap started with the you know, with the wars and yeah. So
I do want to mention, you mentioned, Smiling, that, you know, you talked about us sitting here on the panel doing TikTok live, right?
Yep.
What can be better than like, you know, information, right? We can sit here, provide information to people who might want to learn, maybe want to reconstruct. There might be some people who are sitting on the fence of whether or not to be MAGA or to not be MAGA or whatever, right? And providing them this kind of information that they may need, if they have critical thinking skills, can help them make their decision. Whether or not would it be with statistical information, sources, stuff like that. That's what we do here, right? We're here to change someone's mind, but to get you to understand, like, both sides, right? I do feel like the Conservative Party, Republican Party tends to lack critical thinking skills, and doing these kinds of lives can be beneficial to these kinds of people.
Right. So basically, the way I see it is each side has dehumanized the other to where they can't come together at all to find common ground, honestly.
Dehumanized? What do you mean?
Like, okay, so when I say the word Republican or conservative, what do you think off the top of your head? And
I think it's a lot. Just ICE, kind of what I think of at the top of the head. They tend to typically support ICE, so that's like the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, but I'm talking like intellectually or something about a human, like what kind of house they would live in, what kind of job would they have, like where do they go to school? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
I typically tend to view them as someone who thinks like about the past and not the future. I guess naive people who want things to go back to the way they were, which did nothing to help anyone.
High frequency.
Stuff like that.
Oh.
Whoa.
But yeah, like, I feel like conservatives want to go back to the past, to the 50s. I do say if people want to do that, they should start using, mercury and lead and cyanide and arsenic in the paints and stuff.
Tasty.
Hell
I
yeah,
know,
brother.
But it's just, I don't understand, like, the logic of wanting to go back in time.
Got to dive into those
Can I
coal
just-
mines too.
Exactly.
Yearn for the
The
mines.
children yearn for the mines.
I'll say one thing. I don't think that the people that are running our government give a solid fuck about anything other than waking up and having someone serve them coffee in the morning. That's
You
what
just
they care
noticed?
about. No. Nope.
Okay.
Not just
Very
now.
good. Very cool.
That's all they care about. That's what they're running for.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what's your name?
I'm Courtney, but you can call me.
No, I'm sorry, not you. The one with
Frolova.
the huh?
Frolova.
Prolova. Okay. So basically, what I gathered from that is, you think of the right wing as these backwards, freaking
Yeah.
nostalgic people who are too stuck in the past to see the future, right?
No, I actually, you really want my true opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lack of
Go ahead.
empathy. I think that's what it is. Lack of empathy.
Okay.
Forms of
Okay.
selfishness, like you said yourself, like, tax breaks for, it's like, okay, these people are already rich. You want to make them richer and make everyone else poorer because it's just, yeah, like our taxes are recirculated currency. So, like, when you want people to not have to do that, it makes us poorer. And I was a very poor person before I met my partner all the way to the left on the side. And, like, I have, like, climbed the ladder, like, I'm talking, like, an inch. But, like, it's still poor. We're still poor. We're still living check to check, right? But we are still struggling. And it's just these billionaires becoming richer. Like Elon literally just became a trillionaire. Sure, he lost it, but he was still a trillionaire for one day. That's supposed to have never happened.
Do you guys know
But-
how that happened?
Yeah,
I
because
do.
he has like multiple businesses and corporations, and he doesn't pay taxes.
No. It's because SpaceX, anyone with a 401k was required to invest in SpaceX. No choice, just required to invest. Normally, you can't get in on an IPO, but apparently, all of our 401ks were required to get in on this IPO. They overvalued it, knowing it was going to go down in value. That's how he became a trillionaire, and he lost the trillionaire status because it went down. So all of our 401ks spent money on SpaceX, and then lost money.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Could I say something?
Well,
And
I
that's
still
thank you,
hadn't been
Donald
finished
Trump.
yet.
Yeah.
I know.
Calling.
You never will.
Calling. We have a. I'm not trying to be rude or sound rude, but we have like a what is it called? I forgot the word.
An
MAGA?
SOP.
we have a turn kind of thing. So if you want to like speak, make sure to put your hand up in the chat. We'll get to you ASAP. We got to introduce you as well. But smiling, like I'm mentioning, is lack of empathy. Meaning, it's not. It's you should have empathy to not pass 819 anti-trans bills. You should have empathy to not actively separate a mother from her child, send the mother to a separate country, and then the child gets unalived a week later. Or separating families in general, or taking supplemental nutrition assistance from 700,000 children, or pulling troops out of countries searching for a war criminal, saying that other people in other countries are worthless, or America first, even though other people are suffering, and we have the ability to help these people. It doesn't lack empathy to grab homeless people off of the streets and place them in jail cells, even though we in our entire society have enough empty homes to house every homeless person in America 4 times over. That's what I'm talking about. Conservatives tend to aim towards more selfish reasons for voting for these things, and that's what I mean.
Hey, I just want to get you to turn on your camera because I really think you are ugly as fuck and your parents should have aborted you, and I think MAGA fucking sucks and Trump.
Wow.
Let me give one more to Smiling. It's the I speak to a lot of MAGA people sometimes, and they're always saying blow the F out of them. They just totally want it. And this is what we're talking about. It's like, okay, just totally destroy the whole country of Iran. There's no innocent, regular people there. They're all terrorists.
Yo, what's the word?
They're all terrorists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, there is no I don't know where their morality is in this. I mean, that hospital, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, or school where they killed 100 children accidentally.
Unalived.
Right? But I'm just saying, I mean, this is what I'm sorry, I can't even see the screen no more, but she was trying to say that, that's where she sees the Republican views on things, where they're just not being moral in a way. But go ahead.
Okay. I get what you're saying, but I think it's really just all emotion, no logical thing, because the Middle East has been America's problem for a while, right? That's the mindset that most Americans have right now, right? So they're just trying to think of a quick solution to, get rid of the problem entirely. Bomb Iran, nobody gets it. Okay, we're done. Now we can focus on the next thing. That's based. I understand what you're saying, and I understand what Republicans are saying too, but some things just aren't possible. I mean, we have a bunch of anti-nuclear stuff going on. I truly think we should get rid of them because, I want more exciting conventional wars to happen. Just kidding.
Okay, so I do want to mention that's not exactly a funny topic, right? You're discussing G-side of a human being. Regardless, I don't think that that's how we should view other human beings because, yes, they're crappy. Yes, they do bad things. But yet there are some who are actively under that oppression. And it's they're going to get unalived anyway, which is a very bad argument. But I find that a very large issue. But I do want to take 1 second to introduce a couple people. MAGA Forever, what is your age, state, and who you voted for, please?
Ooh, I wanna know what this guy sees the left wing as.
Probably not good.
Well, I mean,
just a second, please.
Wow, guy never shuts up. I'm 63 and I live in the state of Washington and I voted for Trump.
Okay, Colleen, what is your age, state, and who you voted for, please?
I live in Vermont.
Okay, so this is a turn kind of thing. So if you want to speak, put your hand, a little hand emoji in the chat, and one of our mods will keep track and make sure.
Anyone.
Okay, MAGA, why did you vote for Trump?
Because he's not a Democrat.
How'd that work
That's
out?
it?
Slay, do you want to take this one?
I'd never vote for a Democrat, and it's working great for me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Trump is making me very rich.
What are you, a
And you know,
straight
you
white
gotta
male?
pick
Sure
your.
he
Our
is.
government's very corrupt, whether you want to go on the left or the right. I mean, our government's corrupt, and you're never going to be
And
able
yet
to
you
fix
vote for a
that. So you
man.
might as well.
Yet you vote for
You
a
might as well
man
get
who
rich,
is
man. You might
corrupt.
as well
I'm
get
sorry,
rich.
Captain. Please do not interrupt.
How did you get rich? From Trump.
So, I actually do
How
have a
did you get
question for
rich
MAGA.
from Trump?
Well, right
Okay,
now, the stock
the
market.
overtalking needs to stop
You
when the
guys,
host is going to end the live. Yes, please listen to me. I'm a
that
mod.
one person was saying about the 401k. Mine is.
Okay, so like I said, please do not overtalk each other or the host will end the live. Please keep it concise. Thank you. One at a time. Put your hand up. Yeah, the captain. So, Slay, do you want to take this one or do you want captain to go?
Yeah, let me take a crack at him. So,
Okay.
why'd you say you voted for Trump?
Because he's not a Democrat. I live in the state of Washington. And previously I lived in the state of Oregon. So I've seen what the blue leadership does on a state level, and it's a fucking mess. And so I could never ever vote for a Democrat. I'm 63. I never have, and I never will.
You just want to see. So you want to see your country just get fucking ripped to shreds and.
Fuck you, no. I don't know what you're talking about, Bucko.
We have.
Talking about but we're doing just fine. We're doing just.
We have our economy sucks.
You're gonna block me, so I'm gonna go and say bye-bye to you because you're an infant.
Wait.
Don't know what we're talking about. Goodbye.
Wait.
Goodbye. No,
My guy,
go
my
fuck
guy.
yourself. Goodbye.
This isn't an airplane.
Really? Are we having a little crash out? Are we having a crash out? Why are we having a crash out? What happened? What's going on?
Answer the questions.
He can't say why he likes Donald Trump without having a shit fit.
Oh, without having a meltdown, you just can't say why you voted for him?
Right.
That was
I
a simple question.
Liberals.
Like, that was just a simple question.
Yeah, it's hard.
You can't handle a simple question? Like, you would know why you voted for him.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, sorry if I came off as like aggressive during the vampires bit. I just got really animated there. I don't mean like no harm to you guys or anything, you know? Just want to clear the air.
Can I raise my hand because I don't have a raised hand emoji? Can I say something?
You can say bleep.
Right, you could just put any kind of emoji down there, but if you'll wait just one moment, I think the captain had their hand up real quick, and then you can go after them. Okay, you had your hand up. Anything you wanted to say?
First off, I gotta be introduced. I'm 42 from Ohio, and I vote for Harris.
Why, thank you very much. Welcome up.
So
At this
I was.
point,
Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
No. You were going first. I'm sorry.
At this point right now, I cannot see why anyone still supports Donald Trump unless they're mentally deficient or they're getting some money off of him. In either case, look at what this man has done in only the last few days. If you look at the Pentagon website, for God's sakes, he's trying to take people who have lost their lives in this war that he started off the casualty lists. That in itself, if you say to yourself that you are truly a patriotic American, that should make your blood boil. If you're a former member of the military, that should make your blood boil. I'm neither one. I didn't serve. My father did. And I've been around troops almost my entire life. So I just have the question that anyone who's MAGA is listening, why do you support this man knowing that he is practically taking a huge piss on the graves of those who lost their lives during this war? Can you give me a reason? Can you give me an answer? other than the fact of immigration. He's getting rid of all the dirty immigrants, or he's putting money in your pocket in your 401ks. Can you give me a straight reason?
I don't think we have any MAGA up on the panel right now.
But it's a valid question.
They still hear
And I
him.
think,
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I don't think we have any MAGA up here.
Right.
yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. We don't. And that's a good thing because we can talk about this stuff without MAGA supporters bringing the conversation down. We can talk about it because there are MAGA people in the comments that need to hear us having this conversation. It doesn't have to be only MAGA's up so we can tear them down kind of conversation. We can be up here talking about this stuff. That's a very valid question. I went from Vermont to Maine and then back again this past week, and I saw gas prices from $3.75 to $4.19 in 1 week. What's good about that?
Well, I mean, the president doesn't control gas prices.
And he does when he starts a war in Iran.
No, that's the corporations. That's the
Nope.
corporations. They're thinking, okay,
Who's
well,
ta-
I'm
Are
sorry.
you saying this for real?
Yes, I'm saying this for real. So, thinking about this logically, if I was a gas corporation and most of my oil came from one place, I'd be a lot more careful because, like, what if my goods get damaged, right? And we can't buy Russian oil anymore. So, I'm gonna raise my prices so I can offset the loss and go from there and see what happens.
Are you ignoring the fact that we started this war, that the Strait of Hormuz was open
Absolutely
before
not.
this war? Are you ignoring the fact that we have depleted our American oil resources?
Which is
In the
why I think
last-
we should buy
No, we
Russian
haven't.
oil
In the
again.
last, yes, we have. In the
Come
last,
on.
yes,
What are you,
we
12?
have. In the last 7 months, we
And
have.
what's so bad about getting more money in my 401k? Why is that a bad thing?
What, did you get more money in your 401k?
I
from the
wish I
state
got that
next year
APAC
then?
money.
Absolutely.
No, you didn't.
Positively, I got more money. Did you watch the stock market?
We all
Are
have
you
the
watching
same
the stock
401k,
market?
bruh.
The stock
We
market
all
goes
have
up,
the
my
same
401k goes up.
No, we all
My
have the same
401k goes up.
Hold on.
All
It
right,
does.
Loud.
It
Okay,
does. Be
buddy.
logical
Okay.
here.
One at a time, please. God damn it.
One at
Let
a
me
time.
answer-
We've said it
can I
6
answer
times.
the
The next person who doesn't
401k?
listen to me will be dropped. Do you understand? Thank you.
All
Sorry, I just want to
no.
say we believe that man.
I
Okay,
need no
sir.
excuses.
I'm sorry.
Hey, the host is talking. Hush.
No excuses.
Go ahead, Slay.
Age, state, who you voted for.
You're on mute, bruh.
61 voted for Trump.
Where you from?
Not right.
Alabama.
Not right.
Oh,
Thank you.
figures. All right,
Are
everybody
we going
stay
to talk
muted.
bad about Alabama now because I'm from Alabama?
No, it's just, worse than education. One of the worst for education. I mean,
Let's hear how your 401k did.
So-
What did
come on, hold on.
No. Everybody stay muted. The host has this. Thank you.
So, why'd you vote for Trump?
Because he was more aggressive. He was a better candidate than the person that didn't even go through a primary. They put her in there.
Oh,
Did they
well,
not?
Wait a minute.
Did they not?
Was
Was there any primary at all? Did she get put in by the voters? No. The Democratic Party dropped her in there. And we all know
The voters voted for the Biden-Harris ticket. So,
really?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. She was just put in there.
Let me ask you a question.
Go
Your
ahead.
RNC
Ask me all the
rules,
questions you need to ask me.
Okay. The RNC rules state that your Republican candidate must attend the debates. Your President Trump there did not go to not one debate in the Republican primary. So he should have been
Why
disqualified.
should he when he was going to blow them all away?
It doesn't matter. It's part of your. It's
Are we going to talk about rules here? Let's talk
It's
about
rules.
rules here then. Let's
You
talk
talked
about
about
rules then,
rules.
okay? How did
Oh
all
my God.
those?
I'm going to
how
start
did all
dropping
those-
people.
How did all those illegals vote in New Jersey? How?
You got proof of this?
It's
Got a source?
Uh,
Where's the source that says that they voted in the 2024
Do
election?
you not watch the news?
Where is the proof that says they voted in the 2024 election?
Again, you're not watching the news. It's there.
I do watch the news. It didn't
No,
say
you
anything
don't.
about them voting for him in the 2024 election.
Not for him. Listen. We're going to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree because you're never going to understand what I'm saying, and I'm never going to understand what you're saying. Okay.
Okay. Who's the Heritage Foundation?
Who?
What is the Heritage Foundation? Is that
What is that
a very
got to
right
do
wing?
with anything?
I'm asking a question. It's gonna lead somewhere. Just go with me. The
Okay.
Heritage Foundation. Are they right wing or left wing?
Right.
Awesome. Okay. So the Heritage Foundation did a study on the US elections over the past 40 years. You know how much election fraud they came up with?
A lot.
Less than 1%.
Oh, come on. You're telling me that Joe Biden, who lost the first two elections,
Better watch
sat
what
in
you're
his-
saying.
Now let me fucking
TikTok's gonna
talk.
violate.
Let me fucking talk.
TikTok's gonna violate
You're
you.
gonna freaking
I'm not taking a violation for you. So if you're gonna cry election fraud, you're gonna go do that somewhere else. If you're gonna bring up that 2020 thing, you're gonna take that somewhere else. I'm not taking a violation for you. You're not worth a violation. So what else you got? We have the most secured elections there is.
I think he left.
Yeah, I'm sure he did because I wasn't taking a violation for him.
He's still in the panel for me.
We don't have the most secure elections, and you know it. You
How
know
do
it
we
as a
not?
fact. Are you
How do we
kidding
not?
me?
Heritage Foundation says we do.
In 2020, all of a sudden there was a water.
You're
damage.
not doing that. Nope.
Yes, I am because it's the truth.
No, you're not. I'm not taking a
TikTok
violation
does
for
not
you.
like it. TikTok does not like it, so you will respect the rules, please. We cannot talk about that. It's not our rules. It's TikTok.
Blake, can I ask him a question?
I don't think the host is done. The host
Ask
will
me.
turn it over to the panel when he is done.
Why do you keep muting me? Because I'm telling the truth.
No, because you're not going to talk about that stuff because TikTok will give me a violation and I'm not taking
Okay,
a
but it's
violation
the
for
truth. It's the
It
But it's not
doesn't
the truth.
matter.
If it's the truth, then why does TikTok quote it as misinformation and
because they're all part of it.
How are they part of it? TikTok is owned. The United States part of TikTok is owned by freaking Trump's
China.
buddy. It's
By
owned by
China.
Trump's friend.
No, it's not.
No.
It's owned
The
by
US
China.
TikTok is not owned by China.
Trump's buddies.
better look
Who's
it
Trump's
up.
buddies? Give me those facts. Where does that
Oh,
source
not a
come
problem.
from?
Not a problem.
Where does
Someone
that
else talk
source
to him
come
while
from?
I.
Trump's
All you
buddies.
gotta do
I
is
will
look
get
it
that.
up. Everybody knows about the American side of TikTok now. It was a big thing. Like, seriously?
You keep muting me because you don't know the truth.
You wasn't muted. Sorry. You was
I
not
was
just muted.
I was just
No, you
muted.
wasn't. I'm looking right at your box. No, you wasn't.
I just
Oh.
unmuted myself.
Now you're muted. Right. Now you're muted.
Not anymore.
Will you just hush just for a second? Damn. Host, was you done for the moment while you're? Oh, I know you're looking for a source.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
until. Okay, so if anybody would like to ask, does anybody know whose hand was first?
It's
I
smiling.
see a whole bunch
It's
of them.
smiling Cap then Cap.
Thank you. So, Smiling, if you would like to say something while we wait for the host to come back, that would be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to point out that there was also election fraud, quote unquote, this year too. With
We cannot talk about
right.
that. Did you
Oh,
not
right.
hear?
I'm sorry. I didn't know how to word it.
I
didn't know how to
mean,
word it.
yeah,
But,
we can't,
election
we
of
can't
truth?
talk about it.
Oops.
We can't talk about it.
Oh, he left.
All right, no,
Aw.
I actually have to restart due to the fact that, thanks to you and him, I just got a fucking 2 violations back to back over this.
Crazy.
So
Okay.
I will restart. I will be right back. Please, everybody that's down in the comments, please come right back.